Hi, I'm Damini Celebrate, and today I'd like to speak with you about what does it mean to paint the landscape of your soul? We're all familiar with landscape paintings. Somebody goes out into nature and they interpret what they see or how the place makes them feel onto paper or onto a canvas. But I like to use the metaphor of landscape as painting your inner reality, painting your inner landscape, the landscape of your heart, your truth, or more poignantly, the landscape of your soul, which is the beautiful uniqueness of who you are underneath all the social restrictions. You know that part. You feel that call of who you are, right? Painting the landscape of your soul helps you reconnect to your soul's path, your soul's destiny. This is an intuitive-based creative process where you connect with your body wisdom, which is your body sensations and your emotions. This intuitive-based journey uses a technique called two-pointed focus. Two-pointed focus invites you to look inward. Look to your body's feelings and sensations, and then invite those feelings and sensations to be expressed with paint onto paper. This conversation with paint and your inner landscape, your intuition, your heart, your soul, takes you on a healing journey, takes you back, reconnects you back with your empowered being, your empowered self. The beauty of this process is that you stay in the present moment. You're not looking to the past and you're not looking to the future. You're allowing your body wisdom to lead the way. When you start thinking about the stories of the past or projecting into the future, you're trying to make things happen instead of allowing. So when you connect with your body wisdom, and that brings you into the present moment, life will unfold. Your soul's truth, your soul's destiny will unfold. By listening to your feelings and simply expressing them onto paper with paint, you access your truth, not the stories that you've been told or the stories that you make up, because we all do. And those stories, the stories that we're told and the stories that we make up, limit us. So when you paint from the heart, you're painting from the deepest truth in your being. Healing happens when you listen to your body wisdom. And your body wisdom lovingly starts to begin to show you what's in the way from you living your soul's truth, from you expressing your soul's truth, first on paper and then into life. When you let your body wisdom lead the way, you will be shown what you need to explore, look at, heal, and rediscover. Participants often ask me, how do I start? I have this big piece of white paper, I have all the supplies or paints and pencils and brushes, fingers, but I just don't know how to start. What I'd like to do now is show you what it looks like to paint the landscape of your soul, to show you what the journey looks like when you let your body, mind, spirit, and soul lead the way. So what I'd like to do is get all set up. I don't like to think about what I'm going to do. First, I set up my paper and my paints and have my brushes and water ready. And I make sure that I'm grounded. So I put my feet on the ground and I just allow my breath to come into my body wherever it wants. And then I ask myself, or my inner wisdom, my intuition, where do I want to start? I don't need to know the why, just where to start. One brush stroke. And so what comes up is a feeling in my chest area or my heart area. And what I feel is a kind of contraction in the area. And if I were to put a feeling to it, it could be a sense of anxiety, and I feel some sadness. And so when I feel for the energy, when I'm feeling for what emotion in this case has the most energy, I kind of touch into the anxiety. And it's like, yeah, anxiety, my old friend. But when I touch in this sadness, I stutter. I want to walk away. I want to run away from it. So I always say, go towards what you resist. So I'm going to start with sadness. And then there's a couple ways to choose a color. I can ask the sadness that sits in my heart area, what color do you want to be? And fluorescent pink is what pops into my head. I can also, if I'm feeling that emotion, I can look at my colors and say to myself, which one is popping out to me, saying, hey, pick me. And actually, if I do that, it's this kind of fluorescent orange. So I'm going to start with fluorescent orange. And because these paintings are not about making works of art, they're really about expressing yourself, I'm just going to start here. I often like to paint standing because I like to involve my body a little bit more. So I get in touch with this sadness, and I'm going to just let the color, the shape, the form just show up on paper. What's important is I don't have to know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm just going deeper into the feeling. And at any point, if a story comes up about what I'm doing, that's fine. But it's not about the story. The story is either in the past or the future. But what I'm doing right now is just allowing this sadness that I feel in my body come to light, come out onto paper, and I will keep doing this until another color wants to show up, or another shape wants to show up. Very often, as you're painting it, you feel it more. And why is that? Because you're inviting it to come out. You're not tucking it away. You're inviting this part of you and me that wants to come out in paper. That's a beautiful thing, to not tuck all the precious parts of you away. To allow them to come up into the light, out. So I could be present with it, you can be present with what you're feeling. And now I'm touching a little bit of anger. I could tell you 1,000 reasons why that's showing up but it doesn't matter. What's important is I just let it come out. And yeah, now I got my fingers going. And it's kids' paint, so who cares? I am not worrying about color or composition or any of those things that you may have learned in kindergarten or grade school or art school. I'm just allowing what wants to come out, come out. That's the journey. The journey back to yourself is to go into yourself. The journey back to yourself is to take all of your parts with you, to honor and hold them and love them, let them come out on paper instead of tucking away those parts that you don't think is okay, because every part of you is okay. And let whatever you're feeling, feel. Let your body, your heart, paint your inner landscape. Don't be attached to whether it's pretty or that somebody else is going to like it. Because these are like journals. These are like personal journals of your soul expression. And then that's the process. Obviously this painting's not done because it's really touching something that I've put away. So you keep painting until the energy's done. And then you ask for another color. And you keep going. It's a beautiful, simple process. Painting the landscape of your soul is allowing all of you to show up. Holding it with love and gentleness, if that's anger or if that's sadness. Just allowing all of you to show up. Are you ready to become the you that you know you are in your heart and soul and bones? If so, please feel free to explore this website. I have online workshops, in-person retreats, and several books on this powerful creative process that is deeply, deeply healing for your body, mind, spirit, and soul. Thanks for watching.